Hello. Oh, boah, boah, boah. Hi, hello. Toothless, thank you for 37 months. Isinko, thank you very much for the raid. Froglotti, thank you very much for the 16 months. Melee, thank you for the 14 months. And Olive for the Prime yesterday, which I think I missed. Coding going well? Could you tell by my demeanor? Was it that much of a giveaway? Mochi, thank you for the 44 months. I'm so tired. You're looking at the spirit of a broken man, I'm afraid. Yesterday I was on high. I was on cloud 9 because I had whittled down the issues to like 14, 15 different things that needed to be coded, and that was good. That's good. And then we did the test, which went on till about 1 a.m. And the issues report were back up to about 50, not including the things that the testers found. That was just stuff that I found. I hate talking about this so much. It's basically all I talk about these days is just Pantheon work. But like, these streams are time capsules of my life and the moment that they're taking. I don't want to come onto stream and just talk about stuff that isn't like to do with my life all the time, because then it's just like what I don't need to look back on, you know? So I'm pretty tired. I was going somewhere with that. I swear I had a point. What was I saying issues? Oh yeah, so today's the 31st. Tomorrow's the 1st. I have a birthday party that I got to go to. 2nd is a full day. Empty day. August 2nd is an empty day for me. Yippee. 3rd, I'm in London. 4th is the day. The recording day. Are we there yet? It's on Sunday. When's Sunday? Okay, I have RV there on Sunday. So it's not a completely empty day. So what does that mean for me? It means I have the rest of today and the 2nd. So even though it's 5 days technically till the recording day, I actually only have about 24 hours. The first time I ever did an all-nighter was when I was 14 with my friend John, who I played Halo 3 on Legendary difficulty at a sleepover for, and we tried to complete it in one sitting. Didn't manage it. It's a hard game. The next time I pulled an all-nighter was in university. When I say all-nighter, I mean as in like, not like you go to bed at 5. I mean like you don't go to bed. Then the only other times I had all-nighters were during my university days when I had to like lock in on modules, assignments, dissertations, that kind of thing. And then I graduated. And then there was this beautiful 2 years, 3 really, where I never had to do that again. And then POW came along and certain things had to happen that meant that I didn't have the luxury of going to bed. And we are there once again. Never pulled an all-nighter badge? That's good. Pulling an all-nighter is not a good idea. Message of your circadian rhythm. Message... oh, gosh. Message of your mental health. Sorry. The powder got in my lungs. Not that late. I was awake during my 4:30 alarm for work. Don't do all-nighters. Not healthy. That being said, I resigned myself to the fact that I know that tonight is going to need it. If I'm going to have this project launched, I could pull the all-nighter on the 3rd, but that's the day before. So thank you very much for the 43 months, Moonlit. So that's sort of where my mind is at right now. I just need your energy and a sense of calmness as we go into today's stream. I'll be streaming for 2 hours. I've got the homework. Go do the homework right now. The testers have homework. I've set them homework. Yeah, so I think, provided nothing happens in the test tonight that's particularly egregious, with the work that I'm going to do tonight into tomorrow, I think we're going to be okay. Boy, who's going to be okay. But I didn't even do an all-nighter. I got a full 8 hours last night. So I think what you're seeing is not fatigue. Although, that being said, my blooming band has been telling me I've been getting just god-awful recovery. I'm getting a full 8 hours, but I wake up every day and it's like bad, 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 bad. Hold on, I'm just gonna tell you my recovery percentages over the last week. 66%, 52%, 29%, 48%, 53%, 55%, 26%, 30%. That should be about 80 or 90. So it's not going well, I guess. Anyway, sorry for perpetuating this stigma of what a cool guy for staying up late. Sleep is important. You know that I'm always like that. I'm not trying to flex on you. I'm just sharing the vulnerable state that I'm in right now. That being said, I've got some good news. One moment. So, actually, I'll talk about that in a second. It's rain. We needed this. Sci-Fi Owen looking at the world, going, "We needed this." If I find you not sleeping a brag about it, it's an 8-hour timeout. Time for you to catch up on sleep in those 8 hours. It's a good amount. Okay, so here we are, as you can see. And I was like, okay, we're gonna work on the elevator shaft today. So I came in and I was like, okay, what's like the biggest elevator I can make? And I Googled it. And if I go onto this tab, this one, Minecraft 5x5 elevator made easy And I was like, do I have enough space for that? And I do. We can make it right here. So I'm very pleased with that. The only downside is, and I think we all kind of knew this going in. Thank you very much, Portal, for the 26 months. I thought it would have been cool. I don't know why it didn't give you a message. That's odd. I thought it would have been cool if the, like, this is the platform. It had, like, stuff to pick up with it and, like, bring it up. So it looked like it was going whoop, whoop. But that's impossible. Because how are you going to have something that's not connected to the slime or the honey going up and down? It's just kind of not viable. Sorry. But the good news is that this is big enough that we can fit in an elevator here. So, yay, that's the good news. So we're going to do that today. The title of the stream is This Elevator Took 2 years to make. And that's because it did. I should have built it ages ago, but we're about to build it today. I've got watermelon caffeine edition. You only break out this box when things are dire. As you know, last stream we raided into Wax Fraud, and it has been pointed out by certain members of the community that Wax Fraud's world is very developed. Basically, city upon city upon city. I want to highlight that it is very impressive, and I'm not saying what I'm saying. I'm justifying myself here. We are on world 2000, day 2000.
26 months, what a ride. Here's to at least one more month. I can't believe this.
26 months? What are you talking about? That was a TTS. I can't believe this. Here's to at least one more. Who knows after that? We got 2,000 days. So we're a fifth of the way into what Waxford has done. Waxford streams every day for 4 hours at a time. Always hardcore. And it's very cool what he's done. I've streamed a fifth of what he's done in the 2 years that him and I both started our worlds. 2 years from this day. So my world will look like his world. It's just going to take me 8 more years of real life to get there. Because then we'll be on day 10,000. Do not compare my day 2000 world to Waxford's days 10,000 world. Does he spend 15 minutes getting into the actual gameplay? Shut up! That's dreadful. Okay, let's get started. We're going to need to connect this up. So we're going to need a bunch of pistons and a bunch of deep slate tiles. We'll have that run all the way to the end. Cherry wood wall. Yeah, let's go get some deep slate tiles and pistons. You guys are hazing me. Wood wall, flip it around. Mood mall. Pistons would be cobblestone, redstone, wood, and iron. Oh. Mood mall. I think completing what we're about to complete today is going to be a real milestone, because that's basically like that whole area like prettied up on the outside, on the externals, you know. Grab some wood and some cobblestone. If I was, I'm gonna need some deep slate tiles as well. That's what we're gonna get. How's your guys' day been? I thought, no, it's over here. Gorged myself on blackberries in the wood. What are you, a crow? What's going to work? A specific thing to have done. Okay, that's the background of that. Busy day. So I got so distracted by the berry gorging. Went to the lake and I'm now on my way to watch the new Spider-Man movie. Oh, Spider-Man, I want to see it. Been playing Minecraft all day. My best friend's little sister was born this morning. Whoa. I dropped my phone in the bathtub. That's rough. I'm sorry to hear that. I got a haircut? No way. Wow. I mean, I can understand. Actually, yes way. That's not a particularly out. I don't know why I reacted like that. It's actually a pretty reasonable thing to. Where's the normal cobblestone? Oh, there it is. Okay, I don't have the. You know what? We're just gonna go and dump all this first. But it wasn't a code pamphlet, but in fact to draw more sci-fi Owen. Sci-fi, trust me, sci-fi Owen stocks are going to be so high one day. Just you wait. When we get that, like, first off that art book, and then the, what's it called? The lore, when the lore starts going, and then the Aegis. Stocks is going to be up. Stocks is going to be so up. Let's place all this where it needs to. Yeah, you're investing early. Hold, guys. Hold. No, not hold. Hold. What does that stand for again? Hold on. I never properly knew. I just saw people saying it. What does hold stand for? Hold on for dear life. That's it. Quiet Guy stocks. I did not know that one. Today we learn. It's, I wouldn't expect you to. It's a cryptocurrency saying. Back when I was in university in like computer science, cryptocurrency, I was 21. So that would have been like 8-9 years ago. It was on the cusp. It was a new thing. And the concepts of how bad it was hadn't been revealed yet. And because I was in a comp science degree, everybody was talking about it. And so there's like a small chapter of my life where I was like, they got me. Now I hate it, obviously, and I recognize it's so stupid. But there was that short period of time where I was a tech bro, and I was trying to like, I would have arguments with my dad being like, decentralized currency is the way forwards, Dad. Modern governments control the currency, and we can take back that power. You don't understand. And he'd be like, "This is a scheme. This is a scam." And I go, "No, it's the new thing. It's the next big thing." And he'd be like, He's like, doesn't this sound like, was this only used for crypto or also in? I'm pretty certain I've only exclusively used in so. When cryptocurrency would then be on a high, everybody who was holding value in whatever, like Ether or Bitcoin or whatever, would be like, hold! Everyone hold through the dip. Guys, if
Chud
you...
alert, police light emoji.
He was, 21-year-old Owen was a real chud. And so you would just see online, just people spamming this. I invested £250, which to university student Owen was a big deal. Strange flex there, so I didn't mean to do that. Gone. It's gone. Got sucked up into what is the cryptocurrency scam. It's not true, actually. It wasn't gone. It actually doubled. Because this was back when... So cryptocurrency isn't volatile anymore. I don't know why we're going on to this, but I'm talking to you about it now. It's a period of my life which I find interesting for the political and economical, like, learnings that I did from it. But it was still, like, a lesson had to be learned. And it's a bad thing. Don't do cryptocurrency. It's stupid. Bad for the environment. Bad for mental health. Bad for your wallet. Bad for you as a person. Morally. And so... This is why Swax was so much done. Yeah, it used to be so much more volatile. Christmas of 2018, I want to say. I put in 250. I would check that every day because I was convinced it was going to go to the moon, right? It doubled one night, and just before I went to bed, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is it! I should like bank now." And I was like, "But what if it quadruples the next day?" And then I checked the next day, worth like 50. But like 80% of it was gone. I would then occasionally, at that point, because everyone sold. At that point, I was like, there's no point in me taking out this 50. I should just leave it in there. It's not doing anything. To take it out now would basically have lost 200. So just ride the wave. It's still there, now that I think about it. And the value of Bitcoin has gone up. So it might have compounded interest. It might have been what... Let's check. I do not want to have to sign into a blooming cryptocurrency wallet and do a 17-factor authentication to prove that I'm still me. Oh my gosh, can you imagine? I'd have to re-download all the apps. Imagine I'm just sat on millions, gone the next day. Pantheon does not launch. I will check. I'm not going to do it on stream. That's a bad idea. But the thing is, right, even if cryptocurrency has just like quadrupled, even if Bitcoin has quadrupled in the past, that's still only 1K. Like, only 1K. But I mean, for the amount of effort, 250 back then to me is not worth 1K as much as it is for me now. And so it's not like I'm going to... For what I'm trying to say is, to have something go from 250 to 1 million would require magnitudes of order of growth more than any currency could ever go through. You would be looking at like 5,000 return, like 50,000% returns, which is impossible. Unless. Okay, what were we getting? Don't know. Can't remember. Oh, whatever. Let's go looking for a new biome. How many bitcoins did you have? 0.0002, I think, or something ridiculous like that. My friend on the course encouraged me to... He had done, like, research into trying to figure out what the trend was to be able to, like, figure out what the next big cryptocurrency was going to be. And it was one called Sonm. SONM. I'm trying to find like a pricing chart of it. It's no longer around. It's been discontinued. It's no longer a coin. Yeah, I invested some into it, and every day is about the price of a coffee in one of those fancy coffee shops. I'm exaggerating. It probably wasn't that low. It was probably, I mean, it was £250 worth in the time of 2018. So you need to look up the price of what Bitcoin in 2018 was, and then see the magnitude of growth that it's had now. Yeah, he really convinced me that it was going to be the next big thing. And every time it would dip, it would be like, don't. It's gonna be great. And it just only ever went down. Being a stupid, early 20s-year-old is about making these mistakes, these stupid financial decisions. It's one of those down graphs, yeah. Ooh, I dropped it. Okay, I have the wood. How does Wax stay focused? I need to watch one of his streams, him or Linksy, and see whether or not they go on these tangents. Because if they go on one of these tangents, then I'll feel even worse about myself. If I watch one of their streams and they're dialed in for the entire 4 hours, just placing, then I'll feel dreadful. Because then that means that they're as efficient as I am as efficient as they are, and I'm still not getting stuff done. He's very calm and dialed in. He is very calm. It's true. Hey, P Eternal Fear. Good to see you. What am I after now? Cobblestone, I think. I think we're distracted often. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good way to think about it, Lady Black. I think it wouldn't be the same if I didn't get distracted. I know you guys harp on me about it, but hark? I don't know what the... Never mind. But I think you'd miss it. Pistons. Boop. Getting distracted is the point. Really, this is just a just chatting stream, and the hardcore world is a vehicle in which I've spoken about this on Creator Camp, haven't I? I remember now. It's a vehicle in which the conversation happens. Yeah, that's for sure. Okay, we need to make some blast furnaces. Thankfully, I don't think they take up too much iron. Let's use a different stand-in block for now. Let's use like cobblestone. Okay, this is where that is. So that's good. And I can figure out where I am by where I'm not.
For me, the Minecraft gameplay is the same as when videos of Subway Surfers playing beneath them. Keeps me engaged, lol.
So the good news is that we won't actually need all of these pistons and stuff, but I'm building it to completion so that we can like at least see where it needs to go. Because if the 5x5 wall, I would assume is going to be in the middle of the circle. So I would say like here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I didn't get a notification for this. Sorry, I clicked the button that said don't send this stream notif to Flowertine. I hope you don't mind. Rude. Yeah. That is rude of me. I'm sorry. Okay, cool. So then this isn't here. No, that's there. Okay. So this little like 5x5 square right here is where the elevator's going to go. Pearl ended stream, so I came to find something interesting and found that another chatting streamer is on. Oh. Pearl was live now? Dang, Pearl. But she ended. Alas. Okay. We're going to need some quartz. Smooth quartz, ideally. Oh, that was easy. Thanks, past me. Wish I always did that. And I also wish that there was one Bitcoin Ether wallet code in here. Whoa, what's this? No, okay. Probably for the best. Okay. What do I want this to look like? I don't think I want this here.
Normally I would cause an explosion, but I've decided you don't deserve one this time / silly / please don't take this serious.
I think I'm going to take this it. I think this is going to define our dynamic for the next week. What I've decided. Funny that, isn't it? Funny how these things happen. We actually also want to carve this one back. Why did you say you're funny today, Portal, a minute ago? What does that mean? Why do people say that? Just today. Just today. Alright, we're going to want to make a cool, nice looking background at the back here. We're going to connect this up. I don't really know. I don't know, man. It was rough out here last stream. Was I not funny last? I was struggling hard. What do you mean? What do you mean? What does that mean? Tang redeem? God, it's been a while. Where the heck is he? Okay, this isn't a bit. On God, this isn't a bit this time. Oh, he's hidden. Hidden amongst the other tanks. He didn't laugh at anything. I think last time I was so locked in. That mod pack, I was so locked in on it. Whenever I'm with my friends, a lot of my priority shifts to making pretty much anytime I'm in a call with anybody for a different stream, it mainly just like pivots my focus to being hello, like making sure that they have a good time. Right, I definitely need my stone cutter. Hello, Lemontine. Good to see you. We're having a chill day, or at least we're trying. The chat keeps ruining it. Let me place this all here. Let's just fill it in, and then we can see where we want to put the decal. That's slang for decoration. It just isn't. That's just not what that means. Thank you very much, Flower, for the 25 wow. 25 wow. Put blocks here. Defenestration? Isn't defenestration chucking somebody out of a window? So I don't think it's short for it. That's a good bit, though. Yeah, let's work on the decal. That's short for defenestration, by the way. My good friend made me a bracelet with that word. For me! No caps in chat, please. That's me. Yelling at me. For you! I'm your wife. Alright. Bit parasocial. I'm literally not on my stream account. Oh, it's Yuluan. Sorry. Bro, I'm so sorry. You have the exact same colored name as a different streamer that I speak to. And I was like, you're not my wife. I know my wife. Great, that looks like dog's doo-doo. Alright, let's just keep working. Miraculous ladybug. Oh my gosh. I know that. Yo. Let's go up here. I remember watching Amy watch the first episode of My Little Pony. I tell you what, the stakes on that first episode are high. They immediately enter. Season 1, episode 1, end of the world. It's like, where can you go from there? I just feel like they kind of jumped the shark a little, no? I need a little bit of netherrack. Not too much, just a smidge. I think of saying that on Bex's stream. I think of you saying that on Bex. Wait, I've said that before on Bex's stream. Are we having another repeat moment? Right into the action. That's kind of what Pirates was. Had a little smidge of that, I feel. But you're right, it would be really funny to like Minecraft SMP. You load in. We put in so much work to make sure that it looks as vanilla as possible. When you like click on the main menu, you like open up this. Nothing here is different. You open up your inventory. Nothing's different. and then like something happens, and it's just like the most 300 plus mod pack that could ever exist. There's suddenly everything slides into frame on all the edges of your like screen of like stats. There's dragons flying in. There's like eldritch beings crawling out of the ground. But there's also spaceships coming through, like every genre. 5 boss bars. Boo, 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 boo. Yeah, it happens when someone picks up their first diamond. There's a TV screen and there's a kid with a controller. And we've just coded like blooming like a Resident Evil looking game into Minecraft, but you're a kid you're now controlling like the kid, and you're walking completely different graphics. Everything is like modeled in Blender. So none of the vanilla like textures are there. You're in like an actual house, like a normal looking house. Everyone's setup is at home. We inadvertently dox everybody because we have gone in, filmed their homes, digitized it, scanned it into Blender, and then have made a one-to-one model of all of their homes. Including, like, there's post on the side that has their address and name. This is sick. I can't wait to do this. Okay, well, we're out of wood. That didn't take long. Next SMP. That's what actually Pantheon SMP is going to be. That's why it's taking me so long to code. We shouldn't need too much more. He says for the 15th time this year. I think there's a slight misconception, by the way, with the community that we have decided who is the champion of who in the SMP. We're not involved in the creators' decisions. Like, and everybody got to choose their own champion, and there were thankfully no collisions. Thank God. Like, what I mean is, no one went, I want to be this god, and then we were like, yeah, no, so you can't choose that one because that's already been taken. So everybody got their first pick, which is nice. Can you imagine just spun a wheel? It's going to be a very interesting launch week. Guys. I'm talking to the Juice Cafe here. If you're seeing this clipped on Twitter, stop watching. It's not for you. I'm a little apprehensive about it. Can I be vulnerable? Yeah, I can't wait to play Oops or Hephaestus. I think when you... Pirates is a genre that is very near and dear to a lot of people's hearts. But you can't... It's been so fantasticalized. It's not a word. That, like, whatever you do with it, it's like, yeah, this is whatever. This like, there's so much pirate media. And the weight of pirate media is very little. Because really... If we're not going to beat around the bush here, pirates in the bygone age were like the medieval time terrorists. They were bad people. Pirates were like not good, but it's been romanticized and fantasized so much that it's like, oh, okay, yeah, this is a separate thing to what it was. And people don't really mind if you do something wrong or inaccurate with the concepts of pirates, because it's like, do we care about the history of the pirate? Are we upset on the behalf of the pirates kind of thing? And then vampires is obviously mythological in the sense that it's like horror mythological. And there's like, vampires is an old monster, an old myth kind of vibe. But it's not really like the root of anything. So even though I would say that like vampire media and Greek mythological media kind of have similar sized fan bases and interests, people can be really interested in both. The interest that couples around and orients around Greek mythology, I think, has higher stakes for people personally. It means more to people personally. And so I think there's more opportunity if something goes wrong for someone to be like, this is no good. It's no good. So, we'll see. Will we get to know who has which god in the Pantheon cast announcements, or we need to wait until the series? You will know who is which god when somebody is announced. Okay. Oh, this is all being like cornered off now, which is kind of crazy to think about. I don't really have it in my heart to decorate this. I just want to build. It's been almost an hour. I want to get that done. The thing. The thing. We're gonna get the thing done today. The elevator. Observers, slime blocks, and honey blocks out the wazoo. Made it clear this interpretation is great. Yeah. We're gonna try our best, aren't we? Honey, slime, observers. Observers, cobblestone, redstone, quartz. I've been locked in here for some reason. The subathon just keeps going. Can you imagine if I had to pick up the subathon after I ended? Ow. Oh. I dare not think about it. Where are all of my shulker boxes? You know what? It doesn't matter. I have a shulker farm. Go make more. They're back. The lasers are back. Laser machine. Yeah, that's working fine. Not that many. This many. Hey, that was easy. Hi here. Okay, great. I don't even know if I have a place for shulker shells in my train. Not here yet. Oh, okay. I pretend I do not see. Okay, we've got a shelf for shulker box. Let's go grab some cobblestone. We don't need too many observers, thankfully, because a lot of it is just slime. It's a slimy elevator. Next we need quartz. I'm starting to recognize what we might be missing here as a core component of this machine. My foresight is readying me for action. Do you know what we're missing? Oh, I'm so pleased that we have redstone. A surplus of redstone. Slime. We have a lot of slime. Cobble. It's sort of, but it's easier. That's easy to get. What is doing the exploding? The will to live. This is close. No, we have the quartz. We have the quartz. Rails, iron. No. Hint is I've already said it. Ding, ding, ding. You got it. Muy bueno. Honey. I don't think we have any. Let's hope that bee farm replaced with bottles. Yes. AFK after. Hopefully they make enough in the hour or so that we have. We have honeycomb. Unfortunately, we can't get honey from that. We can AFK, thankfully, but I wanted to get it done today, ideally. Okay, observers. Let's just make a load. I don't know how many we'll need, so better safe than sorry. 42 is definitely enough. Good, good, good. Let's get some slime. If I was slime, where would I be hiding? No. I mean, like, slime is in... Slime we already have. I think mob drops around the corner. A singular wither skull. Not here. I'm almost certain we have a fair bit of slime already. We shouldn't need any more. Watch me be very wrong. Oh! Nice. Beautiful. I don't know if that's enough. I need to do some maths on them. Just scrubbing through this tutorial. 1, 2...
The 5 blocks on top.
Hold on, go back.
And the reason is because we want to have each of them be 12. So that...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, about 24.
My true sub message will come on Monday. I forgot I was subbed on this account.
Hello. Let's bring this with us. We'll probably need a lot of pistons. We'll also probably need a bunch of repeaters, so we should bring that with us too. Thank you very much for... Was it a... Yes. Basket, thank you for the 4 months. You should disable the subscription on this account. Otherwise, you're just paying me twice, aren't you? I'll take that slime chunk, that swamp, if it's still going. Thank you. Never portal, question mark? Thank you. Oh, wait, hang on. You're so helpful, Dally. Glass, far corner. Oh. Let's try. That may not be enough. We'll see. Adding that to the times I was rightless. $18 to $5. Wait, is that true? Is that real? We're gonna need... Who am I kidding? We're gonna need way more glass than that. Way more bottles. From when I started counting. Incredible. Do we just have a bunch of sand? Surely. We must have a block of sand, otherwise how am I... Great, thanks, cast me. I'll take a desert. Me when I've just eaten at a restaurant. And I forget how many S's are in the word. 100, 1500. Thank you. Oh, threaded the needle. She was going to say that. All the same mind here. Alright, let's see what the damage is. No, yes, no, it's none there. So, if we go up here, and then over to here. That doesn't have any. I do this. Yep, they're mad at me now. Okay, any more honey? Nope, okay, they all still have their stuff. So now we just need to swap these out for this. Use a sand, unless you just want a desert. I'll take an actual desert, probably about time. Put those in there. I think, didn't we go to a desert the other day and it was like, wow, this is way better. We should be getting our sand from here. I'm almost certain I said that out loud at some point in the past month. I need to be turning all of this into bottles. It's alright, we can go get slime first. I think you said 1700. Yes, I'd like a desert, please. That's the only promise. I've lost my keys. Uh-oh. To what? Hang on. Wait, hang on. Is that to the desert or the desert? Sorry, I'm just confusing Dally now. Stupid bit. Chat, what's one bit of...
Do you think in the lore of Minecraft the way you get honey blocks is pouring a bunch of honey bottles out vaguely in the shape of a cube?
Yes. I think it's exactly it. No, Dad, I'm not going to. Hey, Swamp. Moment's gone. I was going to ask, what's one bit of like Greek mythological trivia that you think I should know? Extra points if it's related to the any of the gods that you have already seen. Argus the dog. Okay, firstly that's a store. So, can't fool me that easily. To your character? Yeah, you know. So my character is the champion of... No, not that easy. I will not tell you. Athena is actually a crab. That's a lie. I'm sorry. Oh, dang, I was going to go for it then. I was like, what? Sick. Athena was born from a headache Zeus had. I think I did know that one. That is cool. Oh, thank you, Bumblebee.
I fear I cannot give you any honey, so have some bits instead.
Is your character not Apollo? My character may or not be Apollo. Ow. Technically, what I just said there was my character was Apollo, because if my character may or may not, then it can only be may, which would then mean that they are. So that double negative doesn't really do any trickery. I wasn't going to correct you. Yeah, I'll correct myself. Okay, we've got to make sure that we're armored up for this. Because we need that slime. Give me yours. Give me the slime. Not you guys. You go away. Shoo. Man, it's so nice that slime spawn in the swamp. I remember when they only existed in mythical slime chunks that people didn't know how to figure out how they existed. There's a really, really old video made in alpha, like Minecraft alpha. And in that very old video, it's showing you how to, I think it's just called like slime bounce or something. And it's of someone who's found a slime chunk and they've hollowed it out and the slimes are spawning in it. And there's a little song that goes with it. Oh, can I remember this? It goes like bum bum ba ba da dum dum da 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 dum dum da 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 dum dum da 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 dum 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 da da dum dum da 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 bum 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 ba da. And I would just sometimes listen to that video just for that song. And it was filmed on Bandicam. This was back when I was 11. I'm sure that song's still... I'm sure that song's still around. Like, I'm sure we could find it if we all put our heads together and look for that specific tune. But I haven't heard it since. I tried to find the video, and I just can't. It's impossible. One of those things lost to time. That's not really related to Pantheon, but in early versions of Aphrodite, she was actually a war deity. Oh, cool. I've downloaded the No Dice trailer just to listen to it. It is a good... It is a cool... It's got a lot of aura. I remember, it was very endearing of Toby and very cool to see. But I love that the like second season, I think it was, or third season of No Dice. It was the third season of No Dice's intro trailer. Was just Lego. Because Toby found a Lego animator and was so enamored with the concept of Lego animation. Even though Lego had nothing to do with the series. It was cool. Don't get me wrong. It was sick. I was just like, when he was like, this is what we're doing. I was like, okay, sure. There's another slime. Oh gosh, you had to fall into the stupid hole, didn't you? Story of Dionysus is very interesting, but oh, so very long! I'm so glad you made it, Mr. Frog. Up until about 300 years ago, Nyx was spelt with an I instead of a Y. Oh, cool. Don't worry, chat. I barely lost a heart. Two of them is what scared me. One of them was, I was like, whatever. But two of them could have... One of them could have exploded and then hurt me for like a few hearts, launching the other one into my hitbox, which then would explode and kill me. So that's why I was a little like, whoa, this could end badly. Nyx is the only god Zeus is scared of? Wait, really? Wait, okay, you have to give me context there. Why? Oh, poison. As primordial, Nyx is just super powerful. That's cool. That makes sense. There's more respect for her. I would understand as a primordial god that Zeus would be like a little wary. The knight, yeah. That's pretty sick. Okay, do we have enough? We have a fair bit. I don't know if it's enough. Let's have a little look. 8 is pretty good. That brings us up to 23. I don't know if it's going to be enough. So let's just spend a little bit longer here while the night is still going. I found my keys. Yippee! What a saga. This VOD is going to be called Wolfie Loses Their Keys. And then in brackets, and finds them again. Okay, stop poisoning me. This sucks. There's a really interesting phenomenon that I've noticed with Minecraft players, chat. I'm not trying to call out the testers here, but it does make me laugh. So, we'll, you know, I've spoken about this before. I'm trying to avoid having things that deal direct damage in Pantheon. As like a gameplay concept. Because it's a lot easier to balance something when you don't have to be like, okay, we need to like buff this by 20%. We need to lower this by 40%. Like it's more easily roundable, just to be like, this person gets this status effect. And so I pitched that as an opener at the beginning of the concept of the coding of Pantheon. And the testers know this going in. And then something will happen in a test where somebody gets some kind of debuff. And the reaction is almost always, what? I get slowness? Oh, come on, this is so annoying to play against. This is horrible. Oh, or they'll get blindness and they'll go, the blindness? How am I meant to play if I'm blinded? I can't do anything. I'm basically dead. And it's like, there's no other lever I have. The two things are your health or like debuffs. Anytime anyone gets affected by anything, it's usually coupled with like, oh, this is not fun. This is not fun. So I've just had to sort of be like, yeah, them's the breaks, I'm afraid. In order for someone to have fun, someone has to, unfortunately, have less fun. Which is usually, not always the case, but particularly in Minecraft-centric things, is usually the case. The island that Apollo and Artemis was born on, Delos, was once a floating island until Leto, the mother, gave birth to the twins. That's cool. All right, well, sun's up. Sun's up, guns down. I really didn't like Hephaestus and threw him off a cliff. Yes, I heard about this one. Sun's up, fun's up. Get your funnies up. $100, $1,500? That, wait, what? What was that for? Is that sand? For a desert? That can't be right because we're at $100, $1,500. You're at negative 50? You're confident. Okay, let's see. I'm just orienting myself. Hold on. Oh, I can't breathe. I can't breathe here. Can't do anything. Oh, thank you. Very helpful. Okay. Oh, this is way better. All right, fill your pockets, everyone. Artemis turns some men who were annoying her into pigs. Power move. That's a good one. Shiny Glitter, thanks for the 57 months. Did you know an hour of fetch on a beach means a dog digests a cup of sand? that true? Penelope, Odysseus' wife, was Spartan. Spartan origins? Wow. What a boss. It builds up in their intestines. Oh no. What if it's a pebble beach? Then it's a cup of pebbles. That's so much worse. Did you know 1 hour of Owen being at the Pebble Beach equates to 2 cups worth of pebbles being digested? In parentheses, I'm eating the rocks. By you or in general? Yeah. Like a chicken? Oh yeah, chickens do eat rocks. They eat gravel and small rocks. That's what I just said. I'll take that, thank you. That'll be enough sand for now. We all seen the movie Moana, and also the sequel, the live-action movie Moana, which needed to be made. We've all seen it. It's all our favorite movie. You know who would have been a really good actress to play Moana in the live action movie of Moana? The voice actress who played Moana. But The Rock. I actually would have really liked to have seen the movie if The Rock played. Can you imagine me? Just not at all. I fear sometimes for being a streamer because you never know when. I've been bitten too many times by my viewers. I've asked them to stop. I've been bitten too many times by saying something negative about like something, and then it turns out that that person or group or whatever is like watching my streams or has watched my streams or knows of me or something like that. And it always deeply embarrasses me because I'll speak so transparently about something. And then the moment that someone's like, I worked on that, I'll be like, it was actually really good and I didn't mean anything that I just said. I'm really sorry. Because I don't want to upset people. The clearest example I could give, and this haunts me to this day, is the first time. No, hang on. How do I say this? We played a lot of Little Guardsmen on stream. It actually became one of the like most played games that I played in 2024. I think it was, roughly. Like when a dev for Deceit 2 showed up during Subathon 2024. Ooh. Please, I don't remember that one, so now you're making me nervous. The devs came in and everything, and I developed a rapport with the developers and how much I love the game. It was a near and dear part of my year. I loved that game so much. I love what it did to the Juice Cafe. Love Little Guardsman. Would strongly recommend you play it and buy it and support the developers. The first 10 minutes of me playing that game opens with me saying that the mic quality that they used for the overvoice, like the voiceover for the characters, isn't good. I don't just go, it doesn't sound very good. I'll be like, I'm a real arrogant butthead about it. For lack of more flavorful tone that I would like to give past self. I go into a whole like, no, you could tell that the fidelity of the mic, like if you guys listen to it, it's like essy and hissy. As if I'm like an audiophile and I know what I'm talking about. Like a chud. Like an absolute chud. If it was buried within the tens of hours of footage of me streaming this game, whatever. It's beat 1. An audio file? No, for some reason, people who really like audio are called audiophiles. I didn't choose that name. That's what they call themselves. And so I just like, sometimes I think about the rapport that I would have built up with the developers, and then I get nervous that they would have then gone to the beginning of the playthrough and being like, guys, we should watch Owen play, see his like initial reaction to the story and everything. And then they see that. I want to die inside.
Part 2 Electric Boogaloo.
My whole life is just a string of chud alerts without me knowing that I'm doing one until after. Which is why yesterday, when we were like kind of critiquing, I want to say is probably the polite word, the mod pack that we were playing. And then Bakemon went and started messaging the developer being like, hey, how do we get this thing working? I had to then start being like, guys, remember, the developer might watch our stream because we're literally messaging him right now, streaming it. So let's all say nice things about this mod pack. Let's not all be like, this sucks. This is such a stupid mod pack. It's too complicated. I don't like it. People forget so easily, myself included, that there are human beings sometimes behind the creation of a lot of the media that we ingest. And then you'll see it and you'll be like, oh. Like if you see a critique that isn't done in good faith and is just there to be like, this is doo-doo, just makes you feel bad. And so then I know what that feels like, and I get sad that I made someone else feel like that. Of that stream, you went to this pinnacle of how not to make a mod pack because of the info on screen and the book in the hotbar. I know. And then when Becky was like, I'm just gonna message the guy. I was like, whoa, what if we don't? What if we don't do that? And then later on, I got confirmation that he did watch the stream. They went back and watched the stream because of our technical problems so that they could fix it. I want to die. I can't stand it. Dreadful, dreadful day. Hey, developer, if you're listening, I didn't mean anything of what I said. I'm really sorry. You put in a lot of hard work onto that. It just wasn't my cup of tea, but that doesn't mean that it isn't other people's. A lot of people like really complicated mod packs, so that's good. It's just not the kind of thing that I would play on a day-to-day basis, and that's okay. It's okay. It doesn't have to pander to me.
Hey Owen. Hey chat. Happy Friday. Hope everyone has a great start to the weekend and enjoys the stream.
Thank you very much, Barry. Hope you're well.
Barry, 2 hearts.
Thank you. That's another thing. My blooming letterbox account. I made it, and while I was writing my first review about the movie and how I didn't really like it, one of the things I'm thinking of is like, what if the director reads this? And I know what you're thinking. Owen, the director of Obsession, or the Backrooms, doesn't care about your letterbox account. You would be mistaken, because you would also probably say that I wouldn't come across somebody bad-mouthing one of my previous projects on Twitter, but it gets served to me. And sometimes I go looking, and I regret it. So it can happen. You would be surprised how much of the people that create the media that you ingest actually do see the words that you write. I know that in the case of a streamer, the Venn diagram of like fan space and creator space is quite overlapping. But you would be surprised, I think, more often than not, how much more overlapping the concept of creators outside in, I almost said secular culture. There needs to be a word. Okay, in the same way that secular and non-secular means religious and non-religious, there needs to be like, I guess, mainstream media. Like, there needs to be a word for MCYT pocket and then non-MCYT pocket. Like, you know, mainstream, out there, movies, songs. Secular is the right word. Is it really, what is the definition of secular? Hold on.
Not to cause the trauma get worse, the director of the Backrooms would be more likely to see something you say as he is connected to the Minecraft community. His dad worked on Minecraft story mode.
His dad worked on Minecraft story mode. I'm leaving. I have to go. I have to leave. I have to go. Oh no. Oh dear. No, it's making me stress out and it's making me sweat and I can smell it. May I quick VOD talk? Yeah, go ahead. Ew, Owen's precipitating. Ew. This is something that's about to expire. Some of the VODs need to be downloaded because you stopped recording. Oh, which ones? So please confirm you have all the footage. I do not. I have not downloaded it. Do you have which ones? Don't remember which ones specifically. Oh, I can't just download 16 days worth of footage onto my hard drive, but I guess I could. I have the NAS here. I know the first one, but I know there were more. I'll just download all of them as like a safety blanket, I guess. I won't be... I guess I'll just have to like watch through and see where the cuts happen for each day. Check length of footage you have against length in the spreadsheet. That could work. I'll do that. By the way, we're waiting now. We're just waiting on honey. I'm assuming that putting honey in these bottles just works. I don't know how efficient this is going to be. First time is during day 4, so it doesn't happen before day 4. I think there's also something to be said, less of criticism the more people are involved, but because then it feels less targeted. There's also something to be said with criticism, the more people are involved. This is... I think I understand what you mean. Maybe check just in case, sure. I think there was 7 in there to begin with. Oh? Is it one of those things where it will like... I think I... Oh, yeah, look, it leaves the bottle in. And then I guess there's a chance when it triggers that it will hit the honey bottle instead. So that's not good, is it? Martin in the Littlewood. Good to see you. Hope you've been well. Oh, we got 1 honey block, guys. Good job, us. We need 25. You ran out of glass bottles in the last 3 years. Come again. We're not doing a honey bottle farm. Boop. The last 2 don't have bottles. Yeah, if she is. This is true. We could increase our efficiency with that. Alright, let's go do that. Almost looked at that dude. There's something to be said about not waiting there right now. Oh, that's where my other shulker went. I'll leave these here. I think there's something to be said about not doing that right now because technically we could just build the rest of the shulker box, the farm, the elevator without the honey, and then I can AFK near there another time. So let's do that. I'm always so careful about not criticizing any actors anywhere where they might see it, but I was invited to a Discord server. There was 10 people just criticizing the majority of the cast members amidst me past and present because they weren't basically doing the roles the exact same as their favorite actors in the roles. And I'm like, that is just so rude. Yeah, it's tricky because obviously there's nothing wrong with criticism, you know? They have a new white shirt. Huh? What? But I think the way that people criticize sometimes is not good. It makes people sad. It's mean-spirited sometimes. Oh, Emily is the person who spilled eyeliner on their new white shirt. Oh, I remember. Yes. So I thought you were talking about mine. I was like, what? Is it? Did I ruin it somehow? I've like sweated through it. I'm so nervous. All right, let's build this farm. I have elevator. I'm going to start using secular to mean not a part of the MCYT space. Secular and non-secular. And people are going to be like, religious? What? What are you talking about? I'm sure that won't end badly at all. Yeah, no, right? Oh, I'm gonna. This is by Dr. Plasma.
This is like a 5 so that makes it really hard to do.
Dr. Plasma made this elevator, and it's really good. It's so efficient.
And the solution's kind of elegant. So let's get started. I think you're gonna like this one.
Thank you. I think I will too.
Go.
We don't need a 60-second elevator review, but thank you.
So let's look at a 5 by 5. This is what it looks like. It's pretty simple. Let's dissect it. So you have your slime block elevator. Be that simple.
All right, let's go.
Build one.
Let's do it.
So we'll start by placing the elevator and then building the rest of it around it. It's
Okay, why so fast? Because I had times 2. I love misusing posthumously to just mean afterwards. That's really good. Okay, I need to figure out where the front of this elevator is. I suppose it doesn't really matter. I just need to make sure I kind of do actually need to make sure that it's perfect. Hang on.
I'm dragging it. And so let's pick up out a pretty terracotta. Place terracotta is not dragged. So if we were to use pink, we can go 3.
Okay, so the first observer we place is this block right here. So that's fine. With that knowledge in mind, we can start building it.
So we'll start by placing the elevator and then building the rest of it around it.
And just to clarify, the floor of the elevator, which we want to be in line with this piston.
And remember, you can surround things with terracotta. You don't have to use obsidian to not worry about.
Is okay. That's okay. Wait, I can do this well. If I do this. So this is the edge of the elevator, blocks that aren't going to be slime. So then underneath this, we can remove this. We can get a lot more scaffolding back due to that. Okay. Honey block, empty space, observer. Oops. Lemon and melon were palindromes of each other. I thought palindrome was tardigrade. Did you know melon and lemon are tardigrades of each other? I like that. That's good. That's crazy. I know. I do think that next time somebody asks me what a palindrome is, my go-to is always race car. I think I might start being like, you know, like race car or like melon and lemon. And just like gloss over it. See if they catch on. I messaged someone being like, are lemon and melon tardigrades of each other? That's good. I know you didn't mean to, but I still like it. Do I have any more netherrack or scaffolding? Yeah, I do. I'm a lasagna hog. Go hand a salami. Excuse me? Oh! I'm a lasagna. I like that. That's good. I was like, excuse me? A nut for a sharp tuna? Okay, that 1, 2. First block placed. Now we have a reference for everything else.
So we'll start by placing the elevator and then building the rest of it around it. It's pretty simple.
Okay. I really like Dr. Plasma. I think they've got a really good tutorial like sense on them. They seem like they're good at what they're doing. They do sometimes have a tendency to be like, this is very simple. And then let me show you. And then it's the most complicated thing you've ever seen. I've also realized I almost started this off completely wrong. This goes here. And this goes there. Almost what built it. 1. I remember in university in my maths modules, my lecturers would be like, okay, this is very simple. And then they would just say the most insane thing I've ever heard. And it's like, I don't think you and I agree on those words. That's not the same thing.
The rest of it around it.
Okay, so down diagonally from here. Here, this, here.
It's
We're doing it. Guys, I'm building an elevator. It's happening. Piston there.
one here.
Piston there. Let's just grab a bunch of these. I assume we're going to need a lot of these for what we're doing. Okay, so this one is going here. And this one going underneath this. Here, like this. Okay, cool.
And then all I gotta add is one here.
It's only taken 2 years. You actually, I think, will be surprised at how small this elevator is. Okay, there. This goes here. And here.
One here. And then we're gonna come out.
I just have to orient myself the same way he does.
And back.
Out and back.
We need to have a observer facing down.
Observer facing down underneath this. Boop.
We'll place 3 around it.
And then 2 more pistons here and here. This is so nonsensical. Oh, don't forget here as well. Yeah.
That's all you really have to do.
And that's it. That is apparently it. I now have to be careful not to break a block that is in front of an observer. Dang it! I actually didn't mean to do that. I swear. No, don't you dare. Stop it. I think I just moved everything up 1. And it's more than it should have done. I did. It's fine. It's fine. We can send it back down again. Easily. I have to be so careful because if I break the wrong block, this would just fly off. Okay.
Let's build something up here to stop it.
Okay, we need to get some obsidian. Okay, over here. Really? More in the middle? There it is. Let's just grab half a stack. We'll probably need it. You may be ear blind. Oh, he said we need to build something to stop it. No, we've got to hold the stomach. I thought I came back and it should have been here. I thought it had left while I was gone. I got very worried. I don't need to be building this out of obsidian just because he is. The last block has to be obsidian.
You will be able to work on the top.
Okay. This is fine. So I'm going to assume that if I do this... Hello? Corpo? Corpo, what are you doing up here? Whoa. Settle down now, Corpo. What are you doing all the way up here? You come to visit me while I'm working. Oh, Corpo. I wish there was a way to own cats without them constantly following you. Odds on I make a data pack or a mod or something just so that I can tame the cats so they don't run away from me, but also so they don't follow me. I just want them to exist in the world like a normal cat would. Did he just jump off the edge? For modless Minecraft, I know. Okay, he's never getting down from there. He's just... Alright, hold on. Save him. This is why I never get anything done. Okay, we're gonna just spook him in the... Where'd he go? Oh wait, he did get down. Hi, Corpo. Hi, Corpo friend. Okay. Oop. Okay, let's sleep the night away. What's the font it has? I don't remember the font that it used to be. It had the word cherry in it. That's all I remember. It drives me insane that I can't remember what it is. I've looked at my old files and I can't find it. But it's annoying because I also use that font for everything to do with like my thumbnails and stuff. Because it's like a really nice, bold, but squidgy font. It was the same font that Ursula used for New Life. Evil. Evil man. No, Dad. It was like, okay, this is going to sound like a joke, but it actually sounded like cherry fire. Like it was that kind of... Because I remember thinking that when I was first told what it was.
The bottom side, we're going to need to touch both of these in order to prime it. And so what we need to do is we need to put pistons like so.
Okay, okay. So, technically speaking, I need to power these both at the same time. I hope I didn't mess it up when I did that earlier. I think it's been moved up by 1, but everything looks like it should be okay. Like cherry fruit. I think so. Break this. Break this. Don't break that one. I can't break any of these other ones because this has to remain here. I could just break this, but then how do you place something off of the back of something else if it's... I could do it like this. Hold on. There. Remove this. Place something here. Here. Ugh. There. Okay. Now the machine is away from everything else. We've tried, but there's a website called Font Finder that might help. Just upload a picture and it'll search. I just need to just ask Ursula. It was called the font, I think. Do, 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 do. The font! Yeah. That one. Do you like that one? Is that why you're yelling it? This goes here. Do, do, do. That's like the font that we've used in graphics. It's a great one. Beautiful.
This is going to be to kick it off the fire effort. And so we're going to put one right here. And we will...
Wait, what?
This is going to be to kick it off the fire effort. And so we're going to put one right here.
Don't fall away from me. Do, 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 do. Oh, I see. Tarzan. Oh, I see.
We will.
Do,
Those up.
do, do,
Like so.
do, 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 do.
It helps if you put your redstone dust down before you put your observers down, like I'm doing, because it prevents the observers from accidentally firing when you don't want them to. So I'm going to put one here.
Okay, we need to start building some, like, actual... Can I do this? No. I would love another mythology bit. I'll take anything I can get. Do, 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 do. I carry... This is when you're like, too bad. You don't get to. Too bad. Oops. Okay, so this is our elevator. We should be able to do this. And then we do this, I think. No, but that isn't where it's going to go. Because this has all been now moved up by one. Oh, why did I do that? Wait. I can fix this.
Because it prevents the observers from accidentally firing when you don't want them to.
He's building it in creative so he can float around.
Because.
But there was stuff I had to do before I reached this state. Okay. This is good. This is good. I can fix this. This goes out to here. 1, 2, 3, 4. There. Run this into this. Go up one. No, don't do that. Stupid. Didn't want to do that anyway. Do this. Go up to here. Okay, good.
It helps if you put your redstone dust down before you put your observers down, like I'm doing.
Okay. Bam, bam, bam.
Because it prevents the observers from
Oh, okay. One more. There.
accidentally firing when you don't want them to.
Okay, grab some redstone. This is going to be awesome when this works. Trust me, it's going to be the best thing ever. Redstone. This goes here. We put our redstone down first because then the observers won't trip when we place them. We go over here. It was said to have started because Hera, Aphrodite, and Athena were arguing over who was most beautiful. They asked a guy, Paris, offering him a gift from each as a bribe. He chose Aphrodite, who promised him the most beautiful woman, who just happened to be Helen of Troy. Yes, this is true. I did know this one because it's from the Iliad. Grapefruit, is it grapefruit? No, it's cherry. Wait, what? I said cherry. Yeah, the guy they asked was Paris. And he was, yeah, they kind of set him up a little. They asked, imagine 3 goddesses coming to you and being like, who is the fairest of us all? Bro is cooked from the moment they asked the question. It was literally, in fact, I'm pretty certain they offer him gifts. He chooses Aphrodite. And the other 2 get mad at him. And are like, big mistake, buddy. Just because this the only solution. No. They weren't saying like, which of us do you find? Like they're saying aesthetically, who is the fairest? Anyone who's he was just born deaf, like it was messed up from birth. Like what I'm saying is he was going to upset a goddess no matter what. I've made a mistake. I shouldn't have placed that down. They set him up, I'm going to say. Paris made a lot of mistakes. I shouldn't have done that. That was a mistake. I keep making mistakes. My dude Paris was set up. He made a lot of mistakes in his life. But I do think that the odds were stacked against him. I'm be real.
Put one. We need to put a repeater on this one.
Oh, a repeat has to go there. For how many ticks?
Like that.
4. Okay. Wait. His looks different to mine. Oh, no. Okay, that's fine. Crisis averted. Ow. No! 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 Come back! I think we're okay because right now...
I flies away the machine.
I think we're okay because right now the machine is light enough that... Whoops. Only one of the observers needs to be tripped for it to launch. But, okay, great, cool. That is working, I suppose.
To prime the other pistons. Otherwise, if they fire at the same time, you're going to get some weird behavior. And that should be all there is to it.
We just finished as well. Like we would...
Let's go ahead and put the top on.
There was a top that I had to
You'll
put
notice.
on. Okay, this is fine. We can put the top on while it's up here. That works fine. That's okay. It's allowed. I've checked the rules. No one says I'm not allowed to do this. And then we're just going to send it back down. And then it's done, basically.
Let's go ahead and put the top on.
Okay, 3 slime blocks. There, there, and there. Ah! We're good. I'm not cheering yet. I learned my lesson. Unfortunately, yeah. It's a lesson that has to be learned. Okay, so we do this. It goes 1, 2, 3.
Let's go ahead and put the top on.
Honey blocks. Okay, let's place the honey blocks just so we know where they're gonna go and how much we need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And you'll notice
Come on.
that I am.
Another honey there.
As soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to put another row on. And the reason is because we want to have each of them be 12.
It would just have enough.
Once we put the 5 blocks on top of each row, we want each of these to be 7, 5, and 7 as well, so that it's easy to stop at the top. Where just one touch will cause it to stop. So I'll put one here.
1,
here, one
2,
here,
3.
one.
Okay, I need 2 more. I think I have enough. Oh. Am I 1 short? 1 slime short? Tell me. Don't tell me. No. Please. Wait. 1, 2, 3. I think we're okay. No, it's don't count your chickens before they hatch. You can count your eggs before they hatch because you know that they're eggs. That's like that's one of the few things that you can be pretty concrete about is the fact that you've got a certain amount of eggs. Because egg crack? No, but you can guarantee you can guarantee that you have a certain amount of eggs. Even if one of them's going to crack in the future, you know that you have like, I have 8 eggs. Well, if they don't hatch, then what? They're still eggs. You've still got 8 eggs. It's don't count your chickens before they hatch because you don't know whether or not the eggs are going to turn into chickens. But you can count your eggs fine. If you want to count your eggs, you can do that. That's like one of the few things that we can be certain of is that you have a certain amount of eggs. Okay, I need... What if I dropped one? Well, then you have one less egg. Obviously. Don't count that one then. See you later, flower. I think we have just the right amount.
And that'll do it.
That'll do it.
It works. Let's kick it off. Need a button. It works. Now all we should have to do is make sure we have a class that lets go of it. And we will begin doing the top.
Oh, okay, okay. I can literally just send it back down very easily. Wait. This is the greatest day of all time. Okay, so what we do is... we do this. And I know I just built this, but we now have to remove this because I built it one high, two up. One up, high. I built it too high. I built it a certain amount high than it should have been. Good. Grab all these. This is why I didn't share. No, we're so close now. It's going to be great. We remove this. And now, I think... circle back round. Lovely. If we place a button on that, is that what he did?
Is make sure we have a class that lets go of it. And we will...
Wait, I can't do that until I have the honey. Let's see if we have any honey. Shall we? Let's look at the big train layout. See if we already have... maybe we have a bunch. Who knows? Big train layout. Okay, I actually need to put that into Google Sheets or I just end up with a bunch of train stations in Google Images. Big train layout. So hoddy. I can say that. Sally's not here. Okay, C left-hand side, which would be over here. Where I am right now. Should be. Right, we have one. We have one block. Wait, this looks like it's got bees in it. There's bees in this one. But it's got honey as well. It's not worth. We need to just go FK, really. So how many blocks of honey do we need? One, 2, 14. Not as bad as it could be. Not like 20. 14. Oh, wait, hang on. We need more. Wait, hang on. Usually I don't do this because I don't like the risk of it, but... 14 times 4. 40 plus 56, something like that. I don't know. But we can reuse the bottles. 58? 56? 56. Oh, that was a very long rocket. Sometimes these rockets feel like they go on longer than they should. Don't mind me. Hello, bees. I'm here to collect this. Okay, good. We can shove the rest in here. Oop. Put that there. We already have... we need 14 and we have 4 already. Sorry, we need 56 and we have 4 already. So now it's just a waiting game. Oh, look at that. 1 already. Wow. What a day. If I drop that here, will it get picked up? Nope. Oh, it will. Okay, well, while we're here, let's go ahead and make a little viewing platform that's easier for us to be able to then see all the bees. And we can just, every now and again, just check and chuck out any bottles that we find. Oh, guys, this is already going well. Maybe we're not cooked. Chuck that there. I'm curious to see if we'll catch it on the down again. It's so funny we're so about bees today. When I watched one try SMP of you filling Gracie's house with bees while on my lunch break. What a throwback. Goodness me. That was like the pinnacle of my... I'm like, God, I'm so evil. I'm filling Gracie's house with bees. How dreadful of me. Well, I was the flower prince, so, you know, it makes sense, I guess. In your defense, that is super annoying. in the defendant's defense, Your Honor, that's so frustrating that he did that. Okay, we're gonna just AFK here. While Ghost, you would turn into a bee to fly around. Oh, true, yeah. I forgot you could turn into mobs. That was awesome. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna use the restroom. Hold on. Do you guys ever see stuff in your house that you look at and go, that is the sign of like years worth of wear and tear on the like foundations of the house? One of the things that got me, I used to live in a very small town, and my dad was the vicar. He's a priest, in case you didn't know, and he... part of the package deal for sometimes working for the Church of England is that they have a house near where the church is, so that you don't have to commute very far in order, because you need to be able to access a church at a lot of different times. And so the house is like a package deal with the job. And so I grew up for 16 years. It's more like 18, about 18 years in this house. And one day, after I'd moved out, it was not the one I was born in, it was a different one. After I'd moved out, my parents then moved out. So my childhood home, what I saw as my childhood home, was going to go to a different person, whoever then would end up moving in. But there was a period of time, maybe about a month, where there wasn't anyone there. They'd moved out, the other person hadn't moved in. And I went to the church warden with my friend of mine and made up some stupid excuses to needing the key to the house so that I could go in. I traveled back to my hometown and I went in just so I could look around. I don't know if you've ever looked around your childhood house while it's empty. Very weird experience. Everything feels so echoey. But what got me is there was a spot on the banister. You go along a corridor, and then there's a little U-turn, and then it goes down the stairs, and there's a banister right here. And kid, child, young adult me would always get momentum to go down the stairs, or when I was coming up the stairs, by holding onto just under the bollard of this banister. And there's a mark of 3 fingers of me grabbing it over the years and using it to spin around. And there's like a visible 3-line digit wear and tear on that banister. And that got me when I saw that, because I wasn't aware it was there until everything else was gone. And I was like, someone's about to move in here with their own children and their own family, and someone's going to grow up and they're not going to know why that's there, and I do. It was a weird experience. The reason I say this is that there's a visible... This is not as endearing. But sometimes I see... This is going to go from cutesy to a bit like, ugh. There is a visible, like, mark where I open and close my door, where I don't use the handlebar. The doorknob. And I've only been here a year and a half. And it's just like the knowledge of like, one day I'm going to move out and everything's going to be gone. And I'm going to see that and have to clean it. What do? I just 3 fingers right here. Hold on. You probably understand, but I open and close it using my 3 fingers here. So when I close it, I'm like... Or you could just clean it. I will clean it when I leave. But that will be me scrubbing away the years that I've spent here. Which is going to feel odd, what I'm saying. There's chips on the pen on my door like that from before I moved in. Wow. Signs of someone else. A different life lived. My sister's doors have the same thing, but she's been living there, so it's much bigger and darker. Did you have a Pantheon meeting? No, I had a test in an hour. Yeah, these signs are actually of me. That's a sign that I've been in your house. Oh. Me and my mum were the last 2 people to leave my house. We had a nice little moment that I'll remember for a very long time. It's a very somber, bittersweet moment. It's a nice one to have. New beginnings, such. But it also, I think, can get very somber. Inside of our pantry door, closing ourselves in the pantry to secretly eat spoonfuls of Nutella without our parents catching us. I really like using door frames as like growth charts for when you're growing up. That was always really sick. I enjoyed that a lot as a kid. That was a weird cave sound, ambient sound. My parents still live in my childhood home and it still has the same carpet on the stairs. Those carpets are now threadbare on the edges, and I think replacing it makes me sad as I made them sliding down the stairs. Like, I love our new house, but the most defining points of my year was spent in our old house. This is fair, yeah. I think the most prominent mark in my room are the scratch marks on my wood plank floor from my desk chairs over the years. Had this desk in the same spot since it got here. It was a really good moment of... My sister used to have a hamster, and it would hang out on the sofa in like this little like holder while we were watching telly. And one day it like escaped out of our laps, and it like wriggled down the... No, nothing bad. And it wriggled down the side of the sofa, and by the time we had removed the pillow, it had chewed through the edge of the canvas and gotten into the inner workings of the sofa. It's obviously not good. My sister and I... This is the middle sister, so she was always in heaps of trouble being the middle child. Obviously didn't think that the best thing to do was go to mum and dad and say, hey, the hamster's gotten into the sofa. The best thing, of course, was to do... It was the hamster back ribs for the hamster. The best thing was to get me to cover for her by listening at the lounge door to see if mum and dad were going to be there, while she turned the sofa on its back, cut open the lining underneath it with some scissors, and then rummaged around to find the hamster. And then staple it back together again. Somehow, I truly to this day don't know how, mum and dad did not enter. The lounge was a passage from the rest of the house to the kitchen. You had to go through the lounge to get to it. It is a miracle that neither of my parents went to the kitchen during that 30 minutes, because I think they were in like my dad's study or something, talking about something or whatever. How old are you? I think I was 10, so she must have been 15. And we got the hamster out. She stapled it back. Put the sofa back down. I remember like 6 years later, I'm 16, she's 21 at this point. Mum and dad are getting a new carpet. And so part of that requires cleaning up the house, I think. I don't know why they were hoovering the carpet just to get rid of it. And they turned and crying that poor hamster. It was very sad that the hamster did that. Hamsters are really dumb and will escape and get into things. Thankfully, it wasn't her. It was okay. They had to turn the sofas on their back in order to be able to hoover underneath the carpet. And the one that they turn over, compared to the other two, has very clearly got really wonky staple lines holding together this shaggy bit of lining underneath the sofa. And my sister and I were in the lounge when they started doing this, and I just remember both of us being like, just a little staring at each other. Both of us agreeing to not say a word. And they didn't comment on it. They didn't notice it. They didn't make any kind of remark that it looked dreadful and that it was weird that was the only sofa that had that. And we got away with it, scot-free. Because I hadn't met him yet, so why would he be there, you know? It's my childhood house. It'd be strange for him to be there. So that was phew. Never punished. Never punished, eh? Until Smelly Butt Owen came in. Smelly Butt Owen was a real snitch. always getting me into heaps of trouble, Smelly Butt Owen. Do they know yet? If they're listening, they do now. Well, my oldest has got in a lot of trouble at school, so she was intentional all the time. She managed to procure 2 separate homework diaries. One that she showed to the teacher and to write up incidents in, and one that she showed to my parents. She lied to my parents saying she had an after-school club so they wouldn't wonder why she stayed after school. Got away with it until my other sister went to the club she supposedly attended looking for her. That's dreadful. I can't believe that. Very clever, but also that's a lot of dishonesty. Like, the swapping out the homework books is pretty clever, I'll give you that. But to go to the extent of being like, I'm in an after-school club, and then presumably having to lie about how the club, well, how was your club? Yeah, good. I don't think I would have been able to deal with that. Did I ever tell you guys about the dessert heist I used to be forced to partake in as a teenager? My friend and I, the same one that I did the Camino de Santiago with, the pilgrimage. she made, I think, some like brownies for me at one point, and then messaged me being like, look in the drawer outside your house around the side of it. And it was a sealed container of brownies. So the next day, and this was like late at night, like 11 o'clock, which for a teenager was late. It was ominous. And so the next day I cooked some brownies, and I had to sneak out. This is the only time I ever snuck out of my house when my parents were asleep. I tried it twice. The first time, the fear of God was put into me because I got dressed, I snuck downstairs, I went into the lounge, and in the darkness, just two eyes illuminated in the night in the middle of the lounge. My golden retriever had woken up and heard me coming downstairs and was just laser focused on me. And I was like, because she slept in the lounge. And I was like, oh, this bad. So then I went back upstairs, terrified. And then I was like, okay, no, I can do this. It's just my dog. So then I went downstairs and like greeted her and was like, it's fine. Hi, I'm here. Go to sleep. I snuck out and I ran across town. But the problem was that my friend, I lived in, you know, the ones where there's like a driveway, like semi-detached, have like driveways up and then like little front gardens. That's the house that I lived in. But she lived in one of the ones which are like the front door goes straight onto the street and is in line with like 17 other houses. So there was nowhere for me to put the container because I didn't know whether or not she was going to be awake. I didn't know if she'd get to it. But I did know that nearby, neighboring her house, was a pub that had a back alley that led to that went past her garden. So I went down this alley, found which one by deducing which one was her back garden, climbed the wall, snuck up to the house, and put it on the back doorstep of the house. And then climbed back and ran home. And then got to message her being like, brownies have been returned. Different brownies. I ate the ones that she made. And she was I had to one up her. And thankfully I did, because it was a lot harder for me to get into the back garden than it was for her to just walk up to my house and put it in front. And it worked and I won. Brownie secured. We're at 32, 34. We need 20 more. It's actually going quite quick. It's going okay, I think. There are worse things to be doing as a teen. Yeah, I really wasn't a delinquent. I really was the worst of it, I'll be honest. A little bit of trespassing in good nature. Well. In the grand scheme of things, I wasn't a delinquent. Yeah, okay. I was a poorly behaved child. When I was a child, I was a little brat. But I wasn't like roughing people up. Apart from that one time when I got into a fight. But that was a mutual fight. Yeah. We were throwing acorns into the road, and one of them hit a car window, and then the person got out and ran and described the kid that had thrown an acorn into the road. And of course it matched the vicar's son, so it was pretty easy to trace that back to me. I used to climb on the roof of the church with my friends, and one time the church warden, as a teenager, and one time I think one of the church wardens saw and then told my dad, and then over Sunday lunch, Dad was like, Owen, were you climbing on the roof of the church? And I was like, I don't know why I had such bravery. I was 15, I think, and I was like, yeah, I was. And then what transpired was a conversation that was between me and my dad, with my mother emoting next to me, being like, you did what? And Dad being like, don't do that again. And me being like, okay, sorry, I won't do it again. Thank you for telling me. You weren't climbing on the roof of the church. You weren't. I can't believe this. And eventually, I think I turned to her and I was like, Dad's told me not. Dad's found me. Dad's told me not to. I'm not going to do it again. You can trust me not to do it again. I told you I won't. But it was the most like, I don't know why I just entered it with such like, yeah, you caught emoji. You got me. I won't do it again. Sorry. You're right. That was a stupid thing to do. Did you do it again? No. Teenager of my word. Scout's honor. I climbed other roofs. I didn't climb the roof of the church, but... Can you retell the stick story? I don't like the stick story. I don't like telling it. It paints me in too bad of a light, I feel. The short story is a kid challenged me to a fight with a stick and I won. That's the entire story, chat. I saw a tweet the other day being like, fun Owen fact, did you know he beat a kid with a stick as a child? And it's like, can we not frame the story like that? I was challenged to a duel. It was a mutual agreed fight with sticks. It very well easily could have been me leaving that fight having lost. But it wasn't. Because I get it done, all right? And I know how to choose my sticks. Did they insult your honor? They may as well have. The Pete Pond story. We can't just keep going over all the stupid... The Pete Pond story, the short thing is that there was a pond, like a large pond that you're not allowed to swim in, that the captain, we call him the captain, he's like, we were all like 18 to 21 and he's like 40, but we hung out with him because it's good banter. And he found a cool place that you could swim in that you're technically not allowed to, and it takes a small hike to get there. But we wanted to because apparently there was some like sulfur bits under the pond which caused like warm spots, and that was cool. And so we took some kayaks and we went there and we swam in it, and the peat really got all over your skin. All of these tiny little beads of peat. If you don't know what peat is, it's like sort of this kind of like muddy black substance. And that was all fine. And there was some sulfur pockets. You would like be swimming and suddenly be like, oh, this is so suddenly warm. And that was kind of cool. And then we got out and he was like, if you want to be disinfected because you don't want to get hurt, here's I bought some like anti-bac gel. And we were like, great. So we like got a bunch of it. We'd be like, great. I'm going to anti-bac my entire body. And it really stung. It stung a lot. Much more than it should have done. And we were like, why is this singing so much, Captain? And he was like, I don't know. It must be like a particularly strong one. How strange. And then we found out a week later that the reason why you're not meant to swim in that area is because it's got leeches. And the peat that we had all over our bodies was not peat. It was baby leeches. And the reason why everything hurt so much when we put anti-bac on is because we've been bitten by all of the baby leeches. So that's the whole story. Horrid stuff. Horrid stuff. That's the short version. I'll tell you one of the captain. There was once in this town a large mound, just a big hill that was surrounded by houses. So you couldn't access it unless you lived in one of these houses. Unless, a secret spot where up high on a wall, there was a gap in the hedge that was between two houses that you could then slip through if you stood on a car in order to get to it. And then you could be into the area, and if you snuck up the side of the hill, which didn't have the motion detected like lights, you could get to the top of it. And one day, purely hypothetical. This is purely hypothetical. This wasn't me. This was a particular hypothetical captain. One day, they put this big sign up or something in bulbs. Written on it was like an anti-artist I don't know. It was like, it was either anti-religious or anti-artist. One of those two things, both of which the captain was. It was anti-something, and the captain didn't stand for it, and he thought, you know what? I'm gonna protest to this. So, do you remember what it said? I don't remember what it said. The more I think about it now, I think it was anti-artist. But it was put in bulbs that were powered, that lit up at night. And he thought it would be great if, after I was done painting in my studio, I went and I didn't vandalize it. The Redstone TV. Hello, by the way, I can see. And he was like, wouldn't it be great if I vandalized it, but not vandalized it? Like an expression of art. So he snuck over the wall, climbed up the hill to this big billboard, and spent 30 minutes unscrewing all of the bulbs and then neatly putting them on a bench next to where next to the big billboard sign thing. And he's like, haha, there's my protest. And he's done a great job being sneaky. Amazing, cool. It's 1 a.m. and he's like, cool, this is taking actually a lot longer than it should have done. So he sneaks back. His wife still thinks he's at the studio. He sneaks back to his house. Gets to the front door. His keys are not in his pocket. He's now locked out his house. The only way to get in... Wait, he has a wife. This is a grown man. It's a 50-year-old man. No, he's not early 20s. This is a grown man. So, the only thing that he can do is ring the doorbell and then explain to his wife why he is out at 1 a.m., potentially waking his child as well in the process, and scaring the both of them. Why is the doorbell ringing at 1 a.m.? So he elects not to do that. He instead retraces his steps, and he thinks it must have been while I was unscrewing the light bulbs. He has a kid. So he has to sneak back into the area, climb back up the hill, and then in very low torchlight, because now all the bulbs are off. So anybody that is expecting to see this billboard be lit up, it isn't right now. It's off, which arouses suspicion if you know why the sign should be on. And what was once this really expertly crafted, in and out, done and dusted, disturbed none of the surrounding area, is now at 30 minutes of him crawling through the long grass looking for his keys. And eventually he elects to the point where he's like, I can't, if they're here, I can't leave them because someone will find that I've like vandalized the sign and then find my keys and then trace them back to me. So he goes back over to where he put the bulbs in order to start putting them back into the sign. And there, next to where all the bulbs are, neatly put on the bench, are his keys. So then he takes the keys and he has them now. And so then he promptly leaves. But what once was this neatly done operation is now all of the grass is just flat because he's crawled over everything. And he gets back at 2:30 a.m. and then has to sneak back into his house without waking anybody up. I think that really encapsulates everything about him. That's the closest indication I can of giving you an insight into this man's life and behavior. It's awesome. It's sick. I really appreciate him. I think he's hilarious. He's very talented. We can't do the one with the explosive personality. No. No, he told me that. He sat us all down for a tale. We used to go to the pub, and we'd all order a round of drinks and sit in the pubs, and then he would go and buy like 5 packets of crisps that he would open on the side and then fold them all out on the table, so it was just like 5 open, laid out packets of crisps. as if he was like, feast, go ahead. And he told this story and it was amazing. I truly respect him for the hustle. Hypothetically speaking, he's also the reason why not that we did, but if we had, we would have potentially snuck into a boating fishing club and taking one of the boats for a joyride. The boat was moored up. That's stealing. The boat will put back. If it hypothetically happened, the boat got put back. How old are you? Hypothetically, I would have been 18. And I remember, while we were in hypothetically, I remember, while we were in the middle of a lake, one of the newest members of the group asking a question about the afterlife, which was a dangerous topic to broach because the other 6 people in the group were all Christians. And so we evangelized to this guy, answering all of his questions about Anglican Christianity while sitting on a boat that we hypothetically stole in the middle of the lake at like 1 a.m. Hypothetically speaking, there may or may not have been a race when we found out that the boat was moored by padlock to the side of the shore, which was a 4-digit padlock, which I hypothetically would have committed myself to try and figure out the code by feeling for the tumblers in the lock, and he hypothetically would have gone and gotten a screwdriver to just undo the screws that screwed the mooring unit to the side of the shed, the water shed, which frankly was perhaps more efficient, if not a little bit heavy-handed. But I wouldn't have done these things because that would be something that a delinquent would do. He hypothetically won. This isn't like the time that I hypothetically picked the lock to my college classroom in order to be able to get in 10 minutes early. Which was an aura moment, hypothetically speaking. I've definitely told you that one. Hypothetically speaking, I used to be a part of, I went to college. That bit's not hypothetical. I went to college and there was an English class that took place before the slot of a computer science class, and we liked to go in early by letting ourselves in after the English teacher had left prior to us leaving. College is 6th form, by the way. High school, it's 16 to 18 year olds. That's the age range. But one day, the way we would do it is someone would take off their shoe, and when the teacher would leave, she would walk through the door and then it would go to close behind her, and one of us would just nudge our shoe in between the door and the door frame, which would keep the door from closing and auto-locking. So we would get 10 minutes to settle down and generally be able to enjoy the classroom before our teacher arrived. And our computer science teacher never cared. Why would he? But one time she turned around as she was going around the corner and she noticed that we did this, and then she made a real effort every time after that in order to like stop us. She would like close the door behind her. So then I was like, guys, I got this. So the next day, hypothetically speaking, out of spite, which I think was unnecessary. Hypothetically speaking, I bought some lockpicks to the class, and we didn't put our shoe in the way, and she closed it and walked off. There's 2 different ways of picking a lock, hypothetically speaking. There's picking each tumbler, which involves a diamond-shaped pick like this, and you would set each pin. And there's another way of doing it called a rake, which is a thin piece of metal that has a bunch of bumps on it. Raking a lock, which has tumblers in it, is basically the equivalent of like brute forcing it, where you would apply tension to the lock and then you would rip the rake out in the hopes that you would do it with enough variance to be able to set all the pins at once. So I tried, hypothetically speaking, to do it individually, and people were like, Owen's not going to be able to do this. And it took me maybe 30 seconds or so, hypothetically speaking, because I tried picking it individually and then I just tried the rake. It doesn't break the door. This is non-destructive entry. I then swapped to the rake and like pushed it up and down and eventually it opened. And everyone was like, that's crazy. There's one kid who didn't like me called Reese. Was like, that was a fluke. There's no way that's insane. That's ridiculous. That's stupid. And so the next day that the class happened, or I think it was the week because we only had that specific lesson at that specific classroom once a week. He was like, all right, let's see if Owen can do it again. I'd brought the pics with me. And he was like, I'm only going to be impressed if you can do it faster than the time that you previously did it. And I was like, I don't know why I felt like I had to pander to this guy. I didn't like him. He didn't like me. But I was like, fine, whatever. We'll do it. So the first time I used the diamond pick and then used diamond pickaxe. I used the diamond, half diamond, and then the rake. So this time I just went straight to the rake. And I applied tension. He counted me down, 3, 2, 1, go. I put the rake in. I ripped it out once, and it immediately set all the pins. And we opened the door. So it took about 2 seconds. And it was probably the most elated, hypothetically speaking, that I've ever felt in my college life. It was a monumentous round of applause from my peers. It was a great time, hypothetically speaking. Never got caught. What were there to be getting caught about? Our teacher, the previous teacher left. The teacher after didn't care. I love Owen, but man, you should have played a rogue. Should have played a rogue. I hypothetically learned how to do this for my apartment because we rented by room. And hypothetically, there was one room that didn't have anyone living in it. And hypothetically, we wanted to use it for storage. Trevor, when you fake dyslexia to get accommodation. That's not true. I didn't get accommodation. My handwriting, I never learned how to properly handwrite. My handwriting is dreadful. It's like 40% slower. You should be allowed to use a computer in your class, in your exams. I think it's not fair that I had to write and be slower at writing when I could type twice as fast. I went to accommodate. Oh, you mean accommodation of my like dyslexia? Okay, fine. Is it called dyspraxia? If there's like a certain, no, it's not dyspraxia. There's like a certain word for it if your handwriting is bad. And I went to through GCSE in college, all I had to say was I would like a computer for my exam, and they gave it to me. In university, you can only do it if you get a test and then are like medically diagnosed with dyslexia, which I think is ridiculous. So I asked all 4 of my sisters, how did you do this dyslexia test? And because they all dyslexic, and I'm the only one in my family who isn't for some reason. And they were like, okay, they'll test you on 3 things: your capability to write, your capability to read, and your capability to do maths. Like read is in like retain information about a story, read the words at a fast pace, that sort of thing. And I was like, okay, sure. They said that the only way that they'll diagnose you with dyslexia is if 2 out of 3 of the things is something that you're bad at. I can read very well. I can do maths very well. I just can't write. So I purposefully locked in on the maths department and did badly in the reading department in order to flunk the second one, in order to be able to have a computer in my exams. I didn't anticipate that also would then give me the accommodation of having 25% extra time in my exams, and I didn't have any penalty for handing in my essays late. I didn't hand in my essays late because I didn't want to. I handed them in early. I didn't use the extra time that I got in my exams because I didn't need to, because I had the computer to be able to write fast. What if hypothetically I put you on a Redstone TV? This right now, wait, why are you saying that as if I'm on a Redstone TV right now? Are you doing that with check DMs? Wait. God. Crafty, why are you doing this? Guys, I'm on a Redstone TV. Is this with cushions? How did you do this? New reaction image just dropped. I was wondering what you were doing at Crafty. I was like, you can't be up to anything good. There's got to be an agenda here. This is incredible. Wait, what? Hang on. Wait, you sent me some messages in 2022. Ooh. By any chance, do you have old Twitch VODs? Crafty, update. I do. All of them have been uploaded on the YouTube channel. You can get them on the VOD. They're all uploaded. So whatever VOD that you were looking for, it's up there. Cypher, thank you for the 4 years. Oh, this is almost as bad as the time that Beckham completely ignored me in DMs until she wanted help on her TikToks, and then she came into my DMs asking for help. Wow, this is a real day of going down memory lane, ain't it? I think we got enough Hundy. It's so Hundy. When I was itty bitty tiny, I used to lock myself in the empty stores and then slip out back under the door and leave them all locked. I don't think I ever got caught. Not sure what my motivation was. I know exactly what kind of kid you were based off of that, because I think there was probably a little bit of that in myself as well. Yeah, but kids are just dreadful. Like, it's such a, like, you hear that and it's like, oh, that's not so bad. But what if someone really needed to go? You know, like that. It's a disruption. That was basically it, Moddy. I got the extra time. I got the computer that I needed. I was medically diagnosed with dyslexia. All I wanted was a computer. I didn't want any of these extra things. I remember there was a person that referred me to the test, and there was a person that did the test and gave me the result. And when I went back to the person who referred me to the test in order to get my results, she talked me through what my accommodations were because of this. And afterwards, she ended it with, I don't think you should have gotten these extra things, but it's not up to me. And I went, thanks. No, we don't need to talk about the Raspberry Pi prank stuff. Did you ask for a computer first? I asked very politely, and they said I needed to be dyslexic in order to get one, which is stupid. You're not gonna believe this. I agree. Oh dear. Oh, my head is pounding. Throwing jelly beans, sneaking. We don't need to go into it. It's not required. Wait. Does this give me 4? Wait, I only needed 16. Never mind. No, that's good. I'm dumb. Never mind. We're good. Wait, there was a hidden one underneath here. I think we have enough. I think we did it. Let's place some obsidian here. Hypothetically speaking, if I place a button on that one, it should immediately go. Do I have any buttons? No. I have the ability to make a button. I don't know why I keep saying hypothetically now. Word of the day, hypothetically. And then it shows up on screen with the definition. Ah, there we go. Here we go. Wait, no. Oh, that was close. Wait, no. Is that correct? No, I think we're fine. I think we're fine. We're good. Here we go. Yeah. Brilliant day. Brilliant day. Wow. All right, Crafty Master, you can get to work on the next video of how I changed the meta of Redstone forever because I followed somebody's YouTube tutorial, Dr. Plasma. I can't wait to see what builds you do in order to zoom in and out of the different transition parts of. They're probably not here anymore. They're off capturing another person's soul in the side of a Redstone TV. Need this. They're gone. Thank. Guess this will have to be a secret that only you guys witness. Okay, how do we do this bottom bit again? Once I've done this, that's it.
We're going to need to touch both of these in order to prime it. And so what we need to do is we need to put pistons like so.
Okay, the pistons have to go in front.
This is going to be to kick it off the fire effort. And so we're going to put one.
Okay, we can do this. This is easy. Just need the pistons. Wow. We're not done? We need to rebuild the bottom trigger, and then we're done. Technically, I only have 20 minutes until the test, so I gotta get a move on. I've gotta get my hustle on. This to here. This. Block, block, block. Okay. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, bam. You may remember the shape from 10 minutes ago.
It helps.
Okay, and then we do that again. 10 minutes. Okay, yeah. Fair enough. There. Okay, so now I grab some redstone. I put a piston. No, not here. The piston has to go here. And then the smooth stone has to go there. I need more smooth stone. I'll have to do. Often do you feel disturbance into the force? Not very often. You have a least favorite block? Not really. I don't really have ops with the blocks. I get along with them all quite well. Oh, there's all that in my smooth stone that I needed. This can then go here. Boop. I'll put obsidian will probably be my least favorite one eventually.
So if you put your redstone dust down before you put your observers down, like I'm doing.
And our favorite. So we can do then do this. No. This. No. But I'll be mining. Yeah, I'll eventually detest it, I imagine.
Because it prevents the observers from accidentally firing. You don't want them to.
Okay, looking good. One observer. This needs to be a repeater.
Put a repeater on this one. And that will be a delay, so that we can wait for it to prime the other pistons. Otherwise, if they fire at the same time, you're going to get.
Okay, cool. Now we do one observer here, one observer here, and one observer here. I think that's it.
And that should be all there is to it.
So then he builds everything that we just did.
And you'll notice that I am as soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to put another row on. I'm using this because we want to have each of them be 12.
Swap this, skip this. We've done this before.
Take it off.
So then we just need a button, I assume, that powers one of these.
Works.
Okay, great, cool. Where did my button go? Did I throw it away? I bet I did. Shouldn't have betrayed my button so quickly. You fool, Owen. Fool. Okay, this goes here now. And then the button can go here. But before we activate it, we want to just make sure that upstairs is now okay. Oh, careful. I think what we want to do is take some obsidian. We want to place that 1 block lower than it currently is. Probably 2 blocks lower now that I think about it. So that it's flush with this. Oh, sick, yeah. Okay. I wish I could be such quiet, guys. Stop. Okay. There. And now... I don't really want to have to push that button all the way down there.
Let's go with it. And we will begin doing the top. I'll put it back up and we'll get started. So first things first, let's take off the stopper and let's go ahead and put the top on. This is going to be your core layer, your box you want, of course.
Okay. And then you put a ring around it.
So what we're going to do is we're going to put some blocks right here. What cause it to have to...
I've yet to find a jester with the type of color he has, which is more of a clown color, which he says a lot about his modus operandi. Yeah, true, actually, yeah. True as in, like, that's interesting. In the way that, you know, Gigi Akko says true. Or in the way that I say true. Like, oh, true. Okay, we're just going to use 2 placeholder blocks for now. Is past in its antics. That's cool. I don't know if I meant to do that, actually. That's a bad idea, because that's going to contact those blocks. We need to send this upwards. Hang on. I think I'm going about this the wrong way. That's going to hit there. I thought I was about to fall off a lot further than I did. So actually, I was right the first time. This needs to be obsidian. 1 higher than it currently is. I'm learning on the fly here. No pun intended. Okay. That looks exactly like it. Really? That's awesome. Wait. You said that his colors weren't really used, but then also you found one that looked exactly like him? Am I misunderstanding? Collar neck piece. I see. How does it look like him? By the way, that just worked. I feel like we didn't all just go crazy over how that just worked. I also found an image of a jester costume that looks exactly like him. How does it look like him if it's not, if he doesn't have the same color? Genuine question.
So what we're going to do is we're going to...
In every aspect. Collar, not color. I know, but earlier Hyar said that they couldn't find anything that had the same colors. Like color scheme. I'm talking about a different message. The same color. This is rage bait. I'm moving on.
I'm going to put some blocks right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some blocks right here. This is going to be...
Okay, so this now needs to be...
So what we're going to do is we're going to put some blocks right here.
There? Okay. Some blocks go there? Okay, I'll check your chat history. Hold on. Oh, you did say color. Damn it. Sorry.
Pause it to have too many and we'll cause it to stop, so it actually stops and then keep going through it.
Alright. This needs this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bam, 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 bam.
So
Is that it?
Chat or Owen, do you have any tips for fully analyzing a character? I'm hypothetically analyzing every lifer's character and need assistance.
Lifers? I do not, I'm afraid. Okay, I've just realized there's like a whole other piece that we have to do for the top trigger of this to make it work seamlessly. So we will do that next time. I gotta go do a test and I need to go get some food before then. Okay. I truly have spent the last of my energy on this stream, which does not bode well for the remainder of the night. Let us raid into Linksy. Dang, I thought Tax Fraud had a long world. They do with 10,000. I forgot that Linksy was almost 60,000. That's insane. Okay. No, it wasn't your fault with the accidental rage bait. I ran out of energy shortly after I told the last story. You'll probably notice that I just like, after I got back, I was just like, whoa. I think it all caught up with me. Next stream Sunday? Probably. I'll let you know. All right. Thank you for joining me, everybody. I'll see you later. Say hi to Linksy for me. Bye.